Hi, hope you're on. My name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy Podcast, episode 95, where me, myself, and I have returned alongside my cohorts in danger, Rob and Blue. And in today's episode, we talk about
your honeymoon.
Well, yeah, we talked about my honeymoon and some interesting
Pokemon Unite
adventures. Oh yeah, Pokemon Unite. We're Pokemon Masters. Yeah, our thoughts, the game, Blues, Paragon is Para back with Predecessor. We didn't get to some other stuff. You wouldn't think all that would take a while, but it did. There's some cool stories. Freaking listen. Okay, don't skip. Don't turn that dial, even though most of you don't even know what that means anymore. And like fast forward, like that's a bygone. It's just anyway.
Yeah, that is like a yeah.
Anyway, freaking questions and answers, but most importantly, we have a review.
I do, and this one is from Connor Donor Jr. Says, I've been 5 stars, by the way, of course. I have been following this group of guys since their first Battlefront 1 video Fruit made with Rob and Blue, and I've watched every video before that and since. I support the Mr. Fruit Minecraft, parentheses, don't stress yourself out about that one, Fruit. The more Mr. Fruit and GG Over Easy, honestly. These guys put out great content that feels honest, friendly, and farce free. Plus, you guys get the pleasure of understanding all of these funny jokes and good throwbacks. Glad Rob's chiropractor got to look at his butt. Overall, 5-star podcast. These guys severely underrated by the internet.
Thank you, friend.
By the way, the Hemi's chill. Like everybody be asking, like if I'm 3 weeks deep with the Hemi. No, we're okay. Like, we're okay.
That's good.
The things I shoved up my ass did its job.
That's dope. We're gonna see Rob's ass. You know how much people favor that.
And with that's just so. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GG Over Easy Podcast, episode 95. Because I missed 94. Sad, but
that's
I'm back. Because not sad though, because I was on my honeymoon, but sad because I missed it with the boys.
That's okay. We had a good time with About Time Joey and learned a lot about him. Learned a lot about your stand.
I've yet to hear it, and I've yet to upload it, Monka. So gotta get to that. I've been very.
There's a reason for that, though. There is a reason you haven't uploaded it. You've been very busy,
very behind since I got back because over the honeymoon, Pokemon Unite released. So I was waiting until I got back to play ranked with the boys, and so literally Monday through Thursday. Most of the days we were grinding ranked, and we did it. We hit Masters, which is the highest rank. Gang.
I am a Pokemon master. You know,
I can say. Master.
There's only less than 2,000 people in the world right now.
I did get carried though. I will say, Mr. Fruit carries. Mr. Fruit, big carry.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna expose Mr. Fruit right now.
And Shark, big carry. Shark, big carry.
Shark's Eldegoss is a big
Fruit
carry.
Right now.
Expose me,
Mr. Fruit. When he came back and we started recording our Nuzlocke, actually yesterday, I was like, "Yo, congrats on Master."
Oh, it's 2 days ago. Right? Masters.
It was yesterday, actually. Well, 4 days ago when this podcast comes out, I was like, "Yo, congrats on Master." I was like, "So how'd you feel about the team and how'd you feel about the grind?" And you were just like, "Oh yeah, it went really good." And then, of course, in Mr. Fruit fashion, he does the most humble brag. He's like, "Yeah, it helped that I popped off when I jungled." And I was like,
"Okay, Mr. I was saying, I didn't say that. I said it was nice because there was one game I specifically remember was Talonflame, where I was just useless.
Excuse me. He was
but every other game, I said it helped that I was a constant.
That's true. I could always when I was playing Gengar bottom with Shark, I could constantly count on my jungle to be there.
You played Gengar bottom?
Yeah, so we did this thing where we had a strict support, Shark's Eldegoss playing bottom. So I would just take every farm, and then Christian would go in jungle too. So by the time Dreadnought came, I would be level 7, hopefully. Christian would be level 7, high 8, maybe even low 8. And we could just kind of run lane and then steamball, or just kind of steamroll the game after getting Dreadnought. And it literally worked. I'm not kidding you. I think the first day we played that and second day, I think we went 36-6 or something like that.
It only stopped working in the very last ranks of Ultra.
Yeah, in the very, very high tiers of Ultra is
where
when
people
we lost
just learned
2
to
games
punish it pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
where you like actually have like the MOBA players, like
where they were just like stealing my like farm and stuff like that because I don't have much range, so they can just pretty much just outrange me and then just kind of poke me and stuff like
Ghastly.
that. Yeah,
we fought one. We were playing with Shady, and we fought one 5-stack of all masters, and it was bad.
We got like we were in our spawn, like getting pushed back. Like
I ended the game,
like,
and I
6 minutes left.
At 10 minutes, I didn't even get the Gardevoir. It was bad.
That's like one of those games where it like makes you question, like, am I good?
Like, because I think before that we were like masters? Orgs, like hit us up.
Am I
like,
almost masters? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you guys popped off. That was really dope. It was seeing you guys grind, and I was like, Sag, I'm not there, but like simultaneously, I really hope ranked rewards are better because my interest in grinding rank just tanked after expert. Because I was like, oh, cool outfit, and then I was like, what do I? Oh, AOS tickets.
Just tickets, yeah.
Cool.
I think it was just a matter of just getting the title and being like, cool.
Oh no, 100%.
Well, now my issue is now that we hit masters, we play. So we got to the point where Shark was 1 game away. So we're like, okay, like we gotta get the boys there. So we are grinding and we win and +2. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm 1202. Like, okay, that's okay, whatever. That's
the
cool.
funny thing is at 12, so you get placed at 1200, and it was like you're like top 1300 global. We win 1 game, I get 2 points. It's like you're now top 300. I'm like, oh my god, what the fudge?
Yeah,
like there's that much of a difference. And then, as Rob will tell you,
then Versus needed to get his masters. He was 1 game away. Then we play. And we just barely lose out to Zapdos. Go figure. We lose to Zapdos. I'd say, what would you say? Like 75% of the games comes down to Zapdos?
I'd say like 85.
Really,
there was maybe like, aside from that absolute stomp from that Masters team, there might have been like 1 other game where Zapdos didn't matter, but I think almost every time we lost Zapdos, if we lost.
Yeah, and if like we did win, it was because we stopped them from getting Zapdos or something like that. Like we didn't necessarily need the Zapdos. And also it's Zapdos, all right? It's not Zapdos, all right?
I'm sorry, bro.
It's Zapdos.
It's Zapdos. It's literally Zapdos.
I know it is, but I'm gonna say Zapdos. Why not?
So when you lose in ranked, so we lose with Versus, like he doesn't get his masters.
1 game away, Sag.
Yeah. We lose 20 -20. So when you get a win, you get +2 -20 for a loss.
You need to win.
So we go from 1202 to 1182.
Yeah, and then it's like now you're like top 3000. Like, what the?
Yeah, fuck? And like to make those, like to make that 20 back, we have to win 10 games in a row at the highest rank.
So
like now I don't even want to like play ranked. Like
I'm not gonna pretend like Pokemon has historically had terrible ranking system, but yeah, Pokemon has historically had terrible ranking system.
Like who thinks that's a good? Like, hey, why don't we just make it so that no one will ever climb?
Terrible.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Like the number 1 person in the world has like 1350 or something, but if by what he's won 75 games in a row at Masters. What? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't get it. But
unless
I was top 300 in the world
75 games in a row. Maybe they have.
Yeah, maybe. Who's to say?
So was every win a +2? Like every single win was +2?
We only got 1 win, and I would assume like it was only.
Well, so I was thinking it's maybe like a streak. You get like 2, then 3, then 4, or like 2, then 4, then 6. I have no idea.
So when you played that Masters game, did you know the rankings of the people you were up against?
No,
well, you can get ranked with anyone from Veteran, Ultra, or Masters at that rank.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
there's no way of knowing the opponent.
Yeah, there's no like they don't show like a.
Yeah, well,
maybe the borders actually. Do we look at the opponent?
We can't
borders
see.
do show you, but you can't see the opponent borders.
Oh,
just like
so
League.
This is what I'm getting at. Are you sure it's +2 every time, or are you sure the match you lost was to people who were far lower than in your rank?
I've heard it's -20 like every loss though. Like,
I mean, yeah, we have very anecdotal evidence, but the anecdotal evidence is depressing. So
because of how the system is, yeah, you could get any rats from anyone from master to veteran. So obviously, people in the comments at this point probably already know, and like future us probably know. But I feel like that +2 is actually such awful design that I actually feel like you guys probably lost to someone who was like in the veteran, like the upper echelon of veteran
I
rank.
hope
And
that's the
why you lost
case.
one.
yeah, I'd be fine with that if that was the case. But it's
But
just
who
odd
did we
because
get to get +2? Then
well, it's just weird
Pegasus?
that during the entire grind, unless you're in Masters, you get the same amount of win or loss no matter the opponent. It'd be weird that then in Masters they so heavily favor.
You're so punished.
Yeah.
But I get it. I beat the Elite Four. Like, sure. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they did this because they know the ranked pool is not that large compared to the overall player base, especially because it's Pokemon. You are naturally going to have a much smaller ranked player pool than the game like League. So because being able to queue with someone who is literally 3 ranks below you is
two.
pretty crazy on its own.
yeah.
Well,
in Masters you can only go down 2.
Ultra, veteran. Yeah, so I mean regardless, I don't know.
But
There's a lot of reasons why they do things.
The sad thing is we're no longer just stopping like 8-year-olds because 8-year-olds aren't this high in ranks.
Well,
Savage.
yeah, now you're playing actual people who know how to play MOBAs.
Lame.
Yeah,
but we're still winning.
It's a grind. Yeah, it's a
we got
grind.
there. We got there with an 82% win rate. So in 78
speed
games,
run.
80%,
any percent to Masters.
I think I've seen someone who did it in like 60. So
damn,
they lost like 2 games or something.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah, we made.
What are your opinions on it?
Master.
Like, yeah, so like now, like, okay, we got to Masters. We haven't heard like what you think of the game overall, Mr. Fruit, in terms of like if you think it's pay to win or that kind of aspects.
It's absolutely.
There is the pay to win is a little too much. It's not game breaking, but it's enough that I don't like that it's there.
If this was something that was in League or implemented in League, I could only imagine.
Well, back in the day, it kind of was.
Oh, really?
There was a rune system back in old League, where you could go in with a rune page and then fill them out with certain runes, and the same thing, you could get them with in-game currency. It would just take a really long time, or you could just buy runes. And so they would give you an edge, but the thing is, even those didn't give you as big of an edge as these items. It'd be less of a percent than some of the items in Unite.
So
go ahead.
So for clarification, I don't know if you know the numbers. But I talked about this last GG Easy. The actual number layout. So they use like a full tank build for reference, right? So a level 1, I think it was leftovers, Aos cookie, buddy barrier, which all give you HP. At level 1, your cumulative HP total given is 54.
And then leveled up doesn't get to like 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So level 30, if you have all of those 3 at level 30, you get over 1,000 extra HP, which is
pretty big difference.
And taking that into account with, say, someone who has an attack percentage, right? That's like, so I think like max level, what the average tank has like, what, like the average Pokemon has like what 5,000, 7,000 HP. So that's like,
no idea.
Yeah,
that's
I don't.
more. That's more than 10% extra HP if you have level 30 items for someone who doesn't have level 30 items, which someone would get like somewhere like 6, 7, 8 even, you know? So I feel like that's pretty massive difference.
Well, the good news, I guess, is the fact that you don't get a huge, like, so you get passive increases at level 10 and 20 to the item, and that thankfully you don't get another one at 30. I think that would be really bad. So the good news is, like, if you get them to 20, the difference between 20 to 30 level item isn't massive, but it's still just, I don't know, it's because the ridiculous thing is it takes like 500 tickets roughly to get an item to level 20 or something like that. And then it takes another 2,000 to get it from 20 to 30. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, and that's like, I think I put, and my idea like pay to win is like you got to put more than what like a game would normally cost. Like I put I put $60 into it, and I think I have like most items around level 16, 17, 18, and I hit masters. So like in terms of like if I truly think it's pay to win, sure. Like if I ran across somebody who puts $500 or something like that into the game, I'm sure they'd have a massive advantage. But I don't think a lot of people are doing that, because if you put $60 into the game, and most of that 60 went to trying to get the hollowware, or trying to get like the EOS
that stupid
energy and all that
fucking
kind of stuff.
talisman skin, dude.
Yeah, you know that's what I want. You know what I mean? And I didn't put it to tickets to go into my thing. You know what I mean? Which I'm sure you could do. But like just having what I get from the game and stuff like that, I'm able to get to masters.
The difference though too with this pay to win is the longer the game is out, the less of an advantage pay to win will have anyway.
I mean, assuming we don't get more items in the future, which I'm sure we will.
But in a world where we don't, yeah, people could, like by next ranked season, the disparity between item levels won't be that big. Like if you pay to win to get everything to level 30 this season, your advantage over people will be less next ranked season. But again, at the end of the day, even if they have a level 30, at the end of the day, if you have better macro and team fight knowledge and stuff, you'll still win. You mainly see item parity come out in like 1v1s, duels. But it's not the biggest thing. I'm still bummed it's there, but it's also not game breaking. I hope they do something to do it. They probably won't because Tencent. But overall, I really like the game.
And what is Tencent known for? They make other stuff, right?
They own like everything.
Literally rule the world.
Like as far as I think, like literally, like if you took all video game, the franchise, entertainment industry in the world, they own like 60% of it. Something ridiculous.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Tencent is like the Disney of the gaming world.
Yeah.
They just have it.
And they just keep absorbing more and more.
Tencent versus Disney. When we get
if you play it, they like you're like, what is it? What was the thing? Like you're 5 degrees from what's his name? Kevin something.
5. What do you? I don't know.
Kevin, yeah, it's the Fruit knows what I'm talking about. You're always 5 degrees from Kevin Bacon. There you go. Yeah, it's Tencent. You're no matter what game you play, it's always at least 5 degrees. It's always a minimum 5 degrees. At most 5 degrees from Tencent.
I was gonna say usually it's like your neighbor or they're just directly involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting when it comes to mobile too.
The Tencent scale.
I got to play some of it when I was on my honeymoon, and only being able to play it with the resort Wi-Fi. When I came back, docked it, and plugged in the Ethernet, it was literally a different game. I was like, "This is incredible. This is way better than whatever the fudge I was playing."
But you have an OLED dock?
Yeah, dude. The performance is nuts. So,
hey, dude, I literally am gonna buy mine. All right.
I know you are. Unite Sick.
Such a good game to play dock. That's why I'm getting the OLED model.
Yeah.
Makes undocked, sense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you just proved. Wait a second.
Sorry.
So yeah, now we're masters. So now we can just vibe. I'll play when new Pokemon get released. Otherwise, we can just chill and like normals.
Yeah. See, now I can go play someone other than Gengar in unranked. You know, now I can go. Now I can do something else. I'm free.
I will say, in my typical fashion, I was a no main. We filled.
That was nice to have, though.
I think the most I put on anyone in ranked was Gardevoir, because day one she came out. I just did Gardevoir jungle for like 19 games or something, which for me is
17 of them or 18.
Yeah, which for me is a lot. And 19 on one person. But then I would just swap in between.
Do you wish League Q went that smoothly for you when you 5-stack?
Yeah, but instead it's just pain. Well, and this game is more forgiving. Like it's way less.
It's only
nuanced.
10 minutes too. So like if you're playing a League game,
and League doesn't have
at least 30 minutes.
League doesn't have you're so far behind. Well, if you take this objective, you'll just win. They have like Baron, but if you're so far behind and you like steal Baron, you're still just gonna lose. You'll get wiped, or like maybe you'll get a tower or something. You're still gonna lose the game.
How do you fix Zapdos then?
I think, well, the biggest problem is the fact that it comes right when double score comes. I think that's the biggest problem. I think what they should do is, personally, I'd like to see it to where only the inner base gives double points. Because currently the way it works is it actually benefits people behind. Because if they have like all the first rings up, they have easier access and more places to score to get double points as they work their way in. Whereas like if you're so far ahead, you only have their inner base. Yeah, well, good luck trying to score because they have less to defend and all that kind of stuff. So I think it should work where like maybe like the first rings, towers, whatever, don't give any extra. The second give double, and then maybe like the base gives like triple.
Okay.
But something to where it doesn't punish people for being ahead. And then on top of that, maybe just reduce how much it gives. Instead of giving everyone like 50 or whatever the fudge it does. 40, 30, it's too much. Maybe like halve it. I don't know. Just something. I mean, it's good for it to be there so that people who are behind still have a reason to play the game. But it should, like, when we would win or lose games on Zapdos, like if we lost off Zapdos, it was like a 50-point difference before Zapdos. But when we were winning and lost to Zapdos, it was like 500 to 20. And then they win the game. Like you shouldn't be able to make
80.
You shouldn't be able to make that big of a rebound. Like if the game's kind of close.
Like if we're dominating 90% of the game,
and then you're like, how did we lose this? Yeah.
Well, it's just such a massive
wing.
You just get such a massive number. Like, so the last 2 minutes is double points. And then giving the entire team 50 points, that is potentially a 500 bomb.
Yeah.
And that's just like...
And they just get it for free. Huh?
Like if even like 2 or 3 people bank that's 200, 300 points. And like...
And odds are that's...
What do you do against that?
That's as much as you've gotten otherwise.
Because in the early game, it's so hard to dunk because you're laning, and until you win a fight, which, like, if you're against someone good, you're not going to win in lane until, like, 3-4 minutes in.
The frustrating thing, too, is especially as we would find out, like, Dreadnought, we could win team fights, but they respawn and come back so fast. It's like we can't even get to Dreadnought. It's team fight with a team fight, fight.
Yeah,
and then
team fight.
We would. There was one time before Zapdos, essentially. Yeah, we I think it was when we were playing with Shady. We went to Dreadnought and won through like full wipes, like 3 team fights. Still couldn't get Dreadnought. They win 1 team fight and win. It was like, I hate it here.
It's like a battle of attrition, and like it shouldn't be a battle of attrition. I understand because the games are so short. They want to,
right? They don't want you to be on a loading screen.
Cram it all into that 10 minutes.
Yeah, you got to cram just as much chaos into 10 minutes as possible. But like at the same time, like if you win a team fight, like that objective, if you act on it quickly, should be yours. And it doesn't matter how quickly you act on it. Like early game, if you win a team fight, okay. It doesn't matter because like pre 7 minutes, like if it's not in the last 3 minutes, then like you didn't actually win, or you have to win so close to their base that you can dunk and get out ASAP. And it's just so strict on. It's so hard to get an advantage because of that. Because God, those respawn timers are probably my least favorite balancing thing. I don't think Zapdos is as oppressive timer as I think, but the respawn timer is ridiculous, man. Like,
well,
I can see that.
It's just no punishment if you lose, and even if you do lose, like it's so easy to CS and get leveled up that it's like, even if you get an early lead, like it takes nothing. I think that is my least favorite thing. The respawn timers, in general, just make the laning phase feel like not important. IMO.
Yeah. Well, especially early game, like you'll get a couple kills, and it's not even enough time to like kill and then steal one of their like Audinos, or even sometimes score. They're back so already fast. Back.
Yeah, you kill one, and then the support's already back.
And all the support has to do. All the support has to do whatever is sit on their goal and just auto you, and you can't do anything. But I think the other thing too is the fact that in this game, unlike other MOBAs, even Hearth or Heroes of the Storm, kills don't matter as much. They give you XP, but that's it. There's no other way you can get an actual, because like in League, kills aren't just XP, they're gold, which means items, which means power. In this one, you're only going to be as strong as your level. So there's only so much you can do. So like kills don't really matter. It's more about getting kills or getting them off to try and score. But early on,
kills don't give you XP?
No, they do give you XP, but that's it.
Oh, okay.
Like there's no other way to get an advantage off of that. Until later game where respawns are actually large enough to sometimes matter. But so it has its problems, and it'll be interesting to see where the meta goes. I don't know how much they're gonna bother like adjusting. I don't know what their outlook is on the game, or
what they really care. Like,
no idea. But it was a lot of fun. I haven't had that much fun just grinding away on the game in a while.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember the last time I was able just to play it, because Christian was worried that by the time he'd come back that I'd be over the game. Like I was just like, I
swear on me, mom.
Yeah, that's why I didn't touch ranked.
Thank you, Chief. I stayed away. So
are you gonna play ranked at all anymore, Blue, or do you just have like no desire to grind ranked right now? Because of like and then like I think we talked about it off stream a little bit. Is that the rewards for climbing ranked is not that great. Like I wish there was something cool for getting masters that I could wear or something like that. But instead it's just a bunch of tickets that I can put into item things, and then
and a border.
Yeah.
But it'll only last this season too. And your enemies can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like League.
I was gonna grind it. The like first 3 days I was out, I was like, first day I was like, I'm just playing normie. Second and third day I was like, we're grinding. Got to expert, and then I was like,
got the fit.
And then I was like, yo, when you guys grind ranked? And Rob was like, oh, wait for Fruit's Honeymoon. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll wait too. And then I waited.
And I wasn't told about anything, right?
No, I didn't really. It was an internal decision.
I was gonna say I put it in the DM. It was a public.
Yeah, there was like we put in the DM like, yo, anyone want in on ranked?
Yeah, 100%. But like my sleep schedule was ruined, and I was just like, damn.
Yeah, because I think you tweeted at 1 a.m. like, yo, Gardevoir's out, Jay up.
Yeah. So I was planning on playing with you guys, but then, and I was like, oh, I messed up my schedule, and I was like, I saw the like, hey yo, anyone play ranked? And I was like, it's probably gonna take him like till tomorrow to reach expert or something, or give him like a couple days, and then I'll play with him. And then my schedule stayed really bad, and then I was just like, I'll do it next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's just the rewards are so bad that I just don't like. I still, part of me wants to, but part of me still wants to grind to master, because like I know I can get there if I put effort in. Because like I got to expert solo queue pretty quick, but like,
well, you're also too busy now because.
Oh yeah, also Predecessor is coming out, and good luck priming me off that game this weekend. But it's just the rewards. Like, it doesn't matter how. Like ranking alone, I'm not the type of player who is like competition alone makes me want to play. Like I gotta like have something cool to get to make me want to compete. And rank just doesn't have any. It's like, here's AOS tickets that you can just buy with real money anyway.
Yeah, well, it's like AOS tickets that are just gonna go to item enhancers, because that's really all like you can really put it towards. That is like worth it. Yeah, so I'm totally with you. Other than like the border and stuff, I wish like we got like something cool, but whatever.
Because it's Pokemon, they're always going to. I'm 99% positive that they are pretty much always going to limit the good rewards to the first like 2-3 ranks, because Pokemon is such a casual audience, and they don't want people to be like over tilted over not being able to get the season reward. And obviously the cool season reward was but Pokemon especially. So it's just gonna be like, hey, grind to expert, not too crazy of a ride, but you probably had to work a little bit if you're, And then here's a cool item, and the rest of the way, here's just some bonus things for shits and giggles.
It'd be cool if they did like you know how Pokemon, whenever they did like expansions, I guess, for like the handheld games, they do like mystery gifts or something like that, where you'd have to go to GameStop and on like the receipt would be like your mystery gift code or something like that. It'd be cool if they did something like that for skins in this game. I could see them doing that, and I'd be down. I'd go to GameStop and figure out how to get a mystery gift code or something like that.
I just hope they continue to support it because they have something. You literally put Pokemon on your name, and people are gonna soak that shit up. And because this game is actually surprisingly well designed, like this shit popped off, and there's like no marketing for this game, so it's like
we're bleeding Pokemon through different genres, so Pokemon FPS win.
Yo, Pokemon MMO win?
I mean, just imagine like a hero shooter, you know, like Overwatch, but Pokemon
with a gun. Oh my god! I mean, this basically kind of is the Pokemon hero.
Well, but I'm saying it's FPS though.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna do Pokemon FPS. Go play Pokemon Snap, bro. Free update just came out.
You just have, you know, like freaking all you see is Blastoise cannons. You know, in the first.
What do you think about them adding like a middle lane, like having a middle lane and then almost like a League of Legends, like having a jungle?
I think it completely changed it. Like, it would make the game slower, which I don't think they want.
Yeah, they should make just a 20-minute playlist where they have that though.
Well, I think that's even harder because this is essentially like a mobile experience. So you want people to be able to feel like at any point they can hop in and it's only a 10-minute game, or a quick, like I can get a quick 5-minute, but a 20 minutes, like, do I have time to commit to a 20-minute?
So fun fact, this is part of the thing that killed Paragon. Sorry, guys, I'm talking about Paragon again. This is part of the thing that killed Paragon is they had such a boner for reducing match length times. Like, so much of a boner for reducing match length times that it started negatively affecting the game. You know, the gameplay experience. And as much as I hate how important match length time is to their attention, it also is undeniably important to player attention because, like Fruit said, this is going to be on mobile. And even adding an extra 5 minutes to just play this on your phone, like in the subway or something, or like if you're in your car waiting for someone, or 10-minute game, easy. Even if you add 5 minutes to that, now it's a 15-minute game. Ugh, I don't know if I want to play.
Ew. Like
for the average person.
I had this. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, as far as like match length, like the interesting thing is like Heroes of the Storm, for instance, was known to be a bit faster, but it was still up in the air. Like Pokemon Unite is no matter what, the match is 10 minutes. Win, lose, no matter where in the game you are, it's 10 minutes.
It ends.
Yeah. And so I think that's part of it too. It's not even like a question like, we could probably win soon, man, and then it like gets drawn out or something. It's 10 minutes.
Well, I had this epiphany when I was queuing the other day. I was like, in 2 hours, I could have played one CS game, but in Pokemon Unite, like I can literally play like at least
10 or 11.
6. Yeah, like something like
2
that.
hours.
10. Yeah. And I was just like, God, because like CS:GO, like in the IEM clones, like one thing went to overtime. I think the match time was 3 hours because there was a technical timeout during like triple OT. It was like a 3-hour game, 2.5 hour like game. It was insane. And so like the big talk in CS right now is like, is game length way too long? Because if you play a game of CS or like a match of CS, it's either like 45 minutes or it's 2.5 hours. Like, and I don't know if I can really like plan for that anymore. You know what I mean? And it's nice that in Pokemon Unite, it's like 10 minutes. Like that's what you're playing.
It's true.
But yeah, as we mentioned, Predecessor Blue, new closed beta.
My brain poops. So
can you guys get me a code? I want to try.
I could probably get your code.
Yay!
So,
Blue's in, dude. He's like,
thanks, creator guy.
I'm pretty in. So
yeah, I lost my Epic Games creator code, by the way. It's stupid.
Did you not Did you not migrate to Creator Code 2.0?
I kept trying, and they kept they're like, we need your tax info. Verbatim. I'm even getting my tax guys like they're not taking my form. I kept sending them over and over and over, and they just kept denying it. Even it was right, and then they're like, "You took too long. We've terminated your entire thing." And they took all the earnings too. So I'm like, well, screw that. Anyway, that just made me think of that. Yeah, sorry. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
This summer, get the most out of your travels abroad by learning the language of your destination with Babbel, the #1 language learning app. From ordering in restaurants or asking for directions to gain a deeper understanding of the culture, Babbel makes the whole process of learning a new language addictively fun and easy. With bite-sized lessons you can actually use in the real world, Babbel is a can't-miss travel essential. I'm going to try to learn some Spanish so I can try and talk to my grandparents, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure Babbel can help me. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a language on the go. Unlike infamous language learning classes you took in high school, Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversation in mind. Right now, when you purchase 3 months Babbel subscription, you get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Go to Babbel.com and use promo code EASY. That's BABBEL.com, code EZ for an extra 3 months for free.
What's on Wednesday? They did a little like 3-hour creator session where they let whoever got in to their little creator thing.
Yeah, that's why you weren't invited.
Sorry about that. But it was, so I played on Wednesday. I didn't get to play that long because I took like a really long nap and I messed up. And then like I woke up in a frenzy and I was like, I got fucking Predecessor, dude. So I played a game with a couple people, and I was, dude, I was at the time this is going out. I believe Predecessor is still doing their closed beta, which I hope you guys at home have signed up for and hopefully gotten into. I don't know how many Paragon stands are still out there, but it's Predecessor standing now.
Right here,
but
bro.
It was super good. Fruit. I did tell Fruit about this. So that, like, they know what they're doing, and I'm really, it feels like a really crazy fever dream that like I never felt like I would get this, but it's like there's so many things from Legacy that I wanted, which Legacy was like the version 1.0 of Paragon basically, and they've put into this game. Like, they have the OG Kalari kit, which like everyone was begging for the longest time, and the Paragon devs were just like, nope, we can't have like a true assassin like that, nope. But then like now we have the OG Kalari kit in Predecessor, and I was like, dude, this is like a nostalgia trip. This is what I wanted. And then Howitzer's ult, which was totally useless for years, they gave him a new ult, and it's sick. And the map is like so well designed. Like the jungle feels like a jungle. And then Fruit, check this out. I know you hated Monolith. They actually added like in Legacy, like the little area where you used to fight over the gold buffs and the off laners, the green buffs. So they actually added like a sub lane where the carry and off laners can fight over a buff that's like on the far edge of the maps. That is right next to their lane. So it's not in the jungle, but there's like a mini jungle on the outside.
Kind of how Smite has.
If you know. Yeah. And it's they just cool. Have done. They've added like a bunch of verticality to the jungle. They have like little jumping points that they have the little arrows like, hey, you can jump over here if you're someone who has like a jump, and it's like, oh,
that's nice. So what you're saying
basically, is I'm gonna bust.
What you're saying is
I've never. I was like, because their last beta was like almost a year ago,
a while ago.
And I was like, what have they been doing? And then this closed, this creator thing came out, and I played it for like an hour, and I was like, "Holy shit! Okay, this is what they spent a year working on."
Can you stream it or no? Like, is it like closed? Like, and
there's no NDA.
There's no NDA for There's no NDA for the closed beta. For the creator thing, all they asked was don't publish your gameplay until the next day. But yeah, what I played was so good, and I highly recommend anyone who loved Paragon to play this.
Well, if you can figure out if you can find me a way to play, I'll try it.
Yeah.
If you guys are super into it, I never gave it a fair shot.
Well, I wonder if
scared me.
I wonder if Fault's just like, what the fudge.
Yeah, that shit's dead in the water. We don't talk about Fault anymore.
Yeah, if there's
wait. So our Fault. What was Fault then? I thought this was Fault. Like what?
So there's two. There's a lot of Paragon projects. Predecessor is like just blows the rest out of the water. It's not even close. I don't mean it sound like a Predecessor stand, but Fruit will be like, yeah, obviously. Like it's just not even close. Fault was another project, and they really rushed Fault out because they wanted, to grab the Paragon audience early, but it was pretty bad. Like it was just a really bad Unreal Engine.
Did Epic just give? Did Epic just give like the rights to it away so people could just use what was already there and stuff like that? In terms of like,
they didn't give the rights away. They just basically took they weren't copyrighted anymore. Like it was just like you can do whatever you want with these characters. Like they're for free to use in commercial and anything in the Unreal Engine. Okay. Like this is like here are all the assets from
like
Paragon.
A building block,
basically, and it was huge for like stuff like students, right, who had like all these really sick assets that they could just play with, and they're free to use. Anyone can use them commercially. Like it's basically just like, hey, like we're hands are clean. We don't want anything to do with this shit anymore. Good luck.
We got Fortnite, dog.
Yeah, we got Fortnite.
Have you seen Paragon characters in other games then, or like commercials?
Oh, I've seen them in commercials.
That's funny.
It's hilarious. And then what was it? Bullets per minute BPM that uses a lot of Paragon models.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it for sure.
A lot of people have made a lot of like little games with Paragon models, and yeah, I mean it's.
So you said it's like tomorrow or today?
So the closed beta starts today. I don't know what time it starts. And I believe it goes from the 28th to the 2nd or the 1st, something. Yeah, so it's really good. Highly recommend. It's so well made. I was so surprised at how clean it felt. Like it really does feel like it feels like a continuation of what I loved back in the day. Like a direct continuation. And it was a strange feeling having such direct continuation. So
hey, Para back, am I right?
Para back, but we don't know Paragon. We only know Predecessor.
The Predaback.
Predaback.
Because I ain't no Predaback, ain't no Predaback.
I'm very excited, and I highly recommend people play it.
Sorry, Mom.
And it's really, really tight.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll try it out because like when you guys were playing Paragon back in the day, it always kind of just like freaked me out because it's a lot to learn. But now I know MOBAs because I'm a Pokemon master.
You're on your way, dude.
To be a master, Pokemon master.
To be a master.
That song was written about me, if you guys don't know. Because I'm
to be Robbie V.
Yep.
The Pokemon master. Predecessor coming out. That's very fun.
Can we talk about your actual honeymoon? Like what you did? You still look like, did you even go outside? You still look white.
Okay, well that's just my skin tone.
He's always gonna look white.
Yeah, so I got some news for you. I'm always gonna look white.
Not even sunburnt or anything. Like you.
Okay, first off, it's a very bright light. Okay, look. Hold it. Give a second.
Oh,
I'm not that white. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not like a ghost. But then you put this on, I might as well be a vampire. Okay. And it doesn't. It auto.
The interview a vampire.
Yeah. So anyway. I did at this point. It's probably and stuff. I did get a little burnt, but the thing is, so we went to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, Mexico. Went to an all-inclusive resort, the Hyatt Ziva. If you're interested, we won't be going again. If that's like we we'd rather just try another one. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough where
it wasn't like I'm blown away.
Yeah, I don't think it was a point where like we would actively recommend it or go again ourselves.
Okay, let me paint the picture for me. You get there, and what's the first thing you do?
We land. We go outside waiting for our taxi, and oh my god, is it hot, dude. So we've been to Mexico at all-inclusive resorts like 3 times now with her family over like the past 6 years, whatever. But every time we go, it's like December, January. Never realized how much of a difference that would make. Go mid-July, okay, and holy suck, man, it was off the charts.
Is it even hot in January?
Yeah, it's still pretty hot, but it was like manageable, especially the humidity. But this, bro, I'm telling you, like just
like
waiting.
Florida, like bad, like
yeah, I'd say worse, man. But who really knows? I mean, it's probably just as bad as somewhere in Florida. Let's be honest. But
yeah,
ish. Waiting for that taxi. Okay. I'm already like drenched, and this person that's like waiting for us for the taxi is trying to make small chat. I'm like, this is all up to you, babe. Like I'm over here like just trying. I'm fighting for my life, man.
You're on your own here.
Like, I'm fighting for my. So she's having a small talk. Like, where's my backup? Because she can hardly understand her anyway. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. Because there are a couple things. If I'm hot, or I'm hungry, or I'm both, look, I'm a different person. Okay. And I was very hot, so it just wasn't a good thing. And I think it might actually be. I have to look into it. Part of it might be thyroid issues. Because you have trouble regulating heat. Like, I think I literally just have a harder time with heat. Like, my body just can't regulate as well. That's why I have such a hard time. That's why when my house is 69 degrees, like yesterday on stream, it was 69 degrees in this house, and you could see me glistening. Like, I had sweat stash. Like, I am dying out here.
Office in the basement, dog. We need to throw you in the basement. Yeah.
We actually have an AC person coming out because I'm like, what the fudge? Anyway, so we get there, we take the taxi. The person's like, oh, it's like such a beautiful drive out there. It's like 30 minutes. Like you're going to be going like right on to the left. You're going to have like the mountains. To the right, you're going to have the beach. We take the drive and it's all just winding roads in these little cities. We don't see any water. We can't see any mountains. Wasn't the best. Oh, but there were plenty of stores that wanted me to buy anabolic steroids.
Okay.
It's so funny. It's so funny how open they are. All the pharmacies literally just posters were like, anabolic steroids, get them here. It's like, jack dudes. And
it's just, what, you can't, like, they're like illegal here, right? Like, or it's like
here, yeah. Like, yeah, I just felt sad because I can't imagine how many people go in there using that without realizing what it's going to do to them. But so then we get to the hotel. We go to our room. We had to.
The honeymoon suite?
Not the honeymoon suite. It was sold out. But we go there, and when we're checking in, because all these COVID regulations and everything, we bought this extra package for just a little bit extra. But it was in the event that
COVID package.
It really was. It was like in the event.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like in the event that you test positive and are not able to go back, you can stay at a room here free of charge for 2 weeks.
What would you have done, Mr. Fruit, if
I think I would have just died. And I told her too, like, babe, I love you, but if you tested positive and I didn't, I'm going home. Like, and if it was the other way around, I'd want you to go too. Like, live on without me. Go. Be free.
You can only imagine your stress if you had to stay there for 2 weeks as you had tested positive.
I'd still be there, man. I'd be pissed.
And then you don't have any videos to like upload. Like,
well, and the thing too is like, so the thing is, you don't leave the room. You can't leave the room ever. It's not that big of a room, and they'll just deliver some food for you, like to the door. I would go insane.
Yeah, I watched like a HBO documentary on like one of the cruise ships that like had a COVID outbreak on it when it first happened, and it just showed like the people living in their room for like weeks, bro. And I would hate
Couldn't imagine
the COVID package. So.
Well, the TV had 2 English channels. We had NFL Network, which is just
okay, sure. Hey, training camp is coming around, you know.
Except all it is just like replays, like instant classics.
Okay, I'm down for that.
NFL, they get old quick. Let me tell you. NFL Network and Cinemax So just random movies. And then it's like live TV. I forget that. So you're like, oh, what's on? Oh, I'm three quarters of a way through this movie. Okay, well, next channel. They didn't have Olympics, which upset me. So instead, they had like a sports bar, and we would go there to watch some Olympics. But it was only the Mexican channel, so they were only showing like Mexico's Olympic things. And even then, whoever edits that needs to be fired.
Oh no, dude! The Olympic coverage is
America's
awful.
is terrible too.
Yeah, like Olympic coverage in general is just like 30 years in the past at least. Like I don't get it.
I remember I was watching. They were like highlighting rowing, like the rowing competitions. There's like a single row and a duos row or whatever, and the editing on that thing made me want to throw up. It was like, okay, here it goes, boom, boom, like shot of this racer, push off, boom. Now we're at the doubles though. That was singles. Now it's doubles row. They're rowing. They're at the finish line already for the duos. Wait, now we're back to singles. Close up of duos. We're back to singles. Like they replayed. It was like start finish. We're in the middle. It's
You're
doubles.
Throwing up on the floor.
And like I'm talking like second cuts, not even time. It's like close up. This, bah, bah. I'm saying like, who made this? Like I'm like, oh,
I made this.
I made this smile. But like that was their like national coverage. So yeah, we got there, got the hotel room. It was pretty nice. Out the windows, and we had like a little patio thing. Was the beach. The whole resort itself was pretty small compared to ones I've been on, but it had a nice. It was almost like in a little cove, so technically it had its own little private beach, which was nice. And then
you have any cervezas?
No.
No cervezas.
I did have some ceviches, but that's just food.
And you ate Blue's favorite dish, correct?
Yeah, I tried chilaquiles. They had it, so I was like, all right, well, I might as well try it. And it was good. I can only imagine it's probably about a tenth of good as the ones Blues get. Because this is the thing. I told you this. It's bizarre. Every place I've gone to in Mexico, they're all inclusive resorts. They all have like different world cuisine restaurants for dinner and all that kind of stuff. And every time, without fail, their worst ones are the Mexican restaurants. How does that even happen? You would think like that's the surefire, right?
It's because, so here's your problem, okay? You've tasted actually good Mexican food.
No, but I'm saying like even compared to their other cuisine in other restaurants.
But that's the thing is when you go to tourist places, so they're going to give you tourist Mexican food.
Yeah, you're getting like Casa Bonita maybe.
Like, yeah, like if you go to like you're going to like Puerto Vallarta, which is like I'm gonna tell you right now, I can guarantee you 90% of the residents there are all a bunch of old white dudes. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Sure, I'm wrong. Sure, I'm wrong, Mr. Fruit. But... all the people who were at the resort. Am I right or wrong?
No, there's actually quite a bit. A lot of like half of them were people from Mexico. I didn't realize how many people from Mexico go to Mexican all-inclusive hotels.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
I mean,
that's fair.
I was surprised. Yeah. I was like for me, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like, I guess if you're, I don't know, I just think of like going to another place, but I guess.
Yeah. But nonetheless, you still are at a tourist place, so you're going to get tourist food.
What was the best food?
They're Italian. Italian was really good.
Delicious.
Ooh. They had this like spicy marinara penne pasta. Very nice.
Pasta del Pinis.
But yeah, I'll tell you this: like, I'm never going anywhere in Mexico that's not an all-inclusive resort. I'm just not. I'm not taking that chance. So because people are always like, "Don't drink the water." I know. People are like, "Don't get off the resort." I know. I'm here to relax, and so I go on the beach, which is day one. I'm like, boom, we're getting sun, baby. So I lay out. Claire sprays me with SPF 2 million, unfortunately.
You have to. I have to.
So I lay out there. About to have a heat stroke. Got dehydrated. I had to take some migraine pills. It was miserable. I was probably out in the sun for about 40 minutes. It was absolutely miserable. I was like on my back first, trying to sleep, and it's just like sweltering. I remember like kind of get out of the nap, and I look, And I mean, I'm not glistening. I'm covered in a coat of water. And like I have the warm water pooled in my belly button, you know? And like I get up and it's literally like you would have thought I just walked out of a shower. It's just like
or like a sauna kind of thing, like
worse, man. Like literally it's like I just jumped out of a pool. Yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I need to go on my back. And my head's hurting so much I can't even like lay on my back. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm dying over here, man. And so that wasn't a good start. And then of course with the SPF I don't get any sun. But I just like out being in the sun sometimes, you know, and getting hot. Like, I don't like being hot if I'm doing anything that's not exclusively related to that. Like, I like to lay out, like, in the back on my hammock and get some sun. Like, if that's the one thing I'm going to be doing.
You don't like working out and running in the hot?
No. Like, anything else. You mean? Yeah, like, I don't like, literally, if I'm hot, the only thing I can do is exist. I can't multitask. So, like, I like to sunbathe, especially because I know I'm getting wet. I know what I'm doing, and then I know I'm, like, taking a shower right after this, a cold shower, and I'm moving on with my life. But that was the only day I laid out. I gave up on that, so we just stayed on the beach under the little umbrellas. And even then, it was just... But the ocean was very nice. It was very warm. Good
weather? But it didn't rain or anything like that?
The weather projection, we looked it up. Every day, storming. We're like, oh, terrible. We get there, the whole week, not a drop of rain. And you know what? I would have preferred the storms. I would have. I was like, where's the rain, man? Come on, give me something. Just like, cool this place down a little bit, please. And it didn't help.
Did they have a pool?
Yeah, but their pool is actually so small. They had like essentially just like 2 pools, just like straight up rectangles for this entire resort. And it's like... It's looking like spring break in there with how many people. Like, I'm not going in that thing. Like, it's almost like body to body. There's just not enough room. Yeah. So we would go to the beach, which is literally like right in front of it. Yeah, the ocean was nice. It was really warm. So that's the only way Claire would go into it. Well, like, yeah, the Gulf, but like it wasn't so cold. You're like, this is miserable, and it wasn't so. It's not warm enough where it's like this is hot, but it's nicer than outside.
Oof, California water is so cold.
So water was nice. We vibed, we relaxed, a lot of napping, a lot of just doing nothing, which was good. And then I brought my workout stuff. I was like, you know, I got to get the pump though. Went to their gym, not AC'd, did not work out once. No, thank you.
You went in there with...
Yeah, I went in there. I was like, is this a joke?
See, like, fruit in 60-degree weather is going to sweat a sauna, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
You do one curl.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm taking a week off working out, which is probably good because my body needs it.
Imagine fruit sweating in actual sweat conditions.
That's why. Trust me, bro.
You could probably like fill an ocean.
Literally, we were sitting in our air-conditioned hotel, and I was like laying on the bed like this. She's like, "You're a little hot," and it's just like, like, yeah, I am. Thanks. Because they also sabotaged us with the AC in our room, dude. It'll say like, the room is currently at like 23.5 degrees Celsius. Let's turn it down. I'm like set to like 18 degrees Celsius. And it will never go below 22. I set it to 10. I was like, I don't get colder. It never got colder. And then I top that off. Whenever we leave in the morning and they come to your room, the service, they turn it off. So then I come back and it's like... You gotta wait for it to kick in.
You gotta wait, yeah.
So they can save like $2 or something. So I'm like, it's when I gotta sleep, I'm like no covers. I'm just commando, like laid out, like I'm dying. No fans, no nothing. I can't open the door because it's hotter out there anyway. It was miserable. that part was miserable. I'm just not. You probably learned that I don't do well with heat. So aside from that, the food was pretty good. It was nice to just do absolutely nothing.
Did you guys do like activities though? Like nothing, just other than just napping? Like,
oh, we did do a couples spa thing.
Oh,
that was fun. A lot of things. Ew. I don't know.
Like they give you a massage? Like,
well, I thought it was like the special package for both of us. It was like 3 hours.
Part of the COVID package.
Part of the COVID. It was like 3 hours, and I was like,
my Lord.
I was like, That's a lot. But hey,
that's a
I'll
long
take that
time.
massage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, little did I know, it wasn't just a massage.
You got a happy ending?
No. Only like the last hour was a massage. It was like we started, and I don't even know how to explain all this to you. It was bizarre. So we get there, we lay down, and I don't even know if I can go through all of it because it was all so confused. So they start with this like exfoliating cream, whatever, and they just vigorously rub it all on your body to the point where it's like you're getting burns. I'm like, and it's probably because I have hair.
It almost hurts.
I think it's because I have hair too. So she's like on my leg, and it's like I think she's starting to start a fire. And so she goes like all on the body, all this exfoliating cream.
Are you naked?
Well, I have like a towel and whatever, just like any normal spa or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't know.
Yeah, and they give you these hilarious looking underwear to wear. Just looks like a giant diaper. It's like this really loose, baggy, like blue. You put it on, it's practically a banana hammock. I was like, I feel ridiculous. So you have that on though, and then like a little towel. They go through, exfoliate, whatever. But at this point, I'm like, is this part of the massage? Like, I have no idea what we're doing. I'm like, this is strange.
What are they gonna do to me?
Yeah, like, is this
Am
like?
I gonna die here?
I don't know, to like get the aroma going or something. I don't know. And so they do this, and then a little time goes by and nothing's happening. I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, okay, we've prepared your jacuzzi. I'm like, what? Jacuzzi? Okay, sure. So we like get up and they walk us out. It's on this little terrace, whatever. It's a jacuzzi. And I'm in my little towel. I got those, they give you like little disposable slippers. I'm in my little disposable slippers covered in this cream thing. And I'm walking, I'm looking stupid. And I go up, and whoever I'm working with, I think she's new. I don't think she knew what she was doing. So she's like, I don't know what this package is either. So I go up the stairs to this hot tub, and she's like, okay, step in, but like watch your step. I'm like, oh, okay. But I still have like my towel and my sandals on, but she's not saying anything. So I'm like, oh, okay. I try and
I take the
so she's like
holding it out in the open.
Well, and I didn't really want to take the towel off because all I have is that banana hammock diaper thing. And again, too, like where we are, there's an entire side of the hotel that could just be watching us. So I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah.
You're like, you don't want people to see more of your fruit.
What kind of fucking package is this?
I didn't know what you were doing because I remember from our hotel room can look right onto this roof.
Show your package.
I was right on the roof, and I was like, what is that place? And now I realize, like, I'm sitting there like, oh, God. So I take a step in, and you would have thought I just fell into Mordor or something. Like, she makes me step into, like, this crevice thing. I don't even know. So, like, I'm like, take a step. But I'm, like, flailing. She's, like, trying to hold me. And at this point, I'm already, like, halfway in. So I'm like, whatever. I just, like, fall in. And I go to the other side. And at this point, the other girl's like, why didn't you take your slippers and towels off? I'm like, what the fudge? So then she comes over and she's taking off my towel and my slippers. And I'm like, hey, whoa.
Like, whoa, hey.
I'm submerged in this hot tub. I'm like, help. And then Claire goes.
From a movie.
People get the little hands.
It really
Mr.
was.
Fruit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not, no consent, please stop. And Claire goes next. And then I have the forethought to be like, step here. And so she steps down. And then I'm trying to lay down to relax. He's got all these jets going. And she lays down. And then they put like a little towel behind her head. I'm like, this is kind of nice. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying really hard to relax. And Claire's over there, lying down, like relaxed. And this whole time, I'm like, does she have like a stronger core than I am? I'm like, how is she laying out like this? Because she's zen. But I'm over here fighting for my life, trying to just like lay out.
Like just trying to flow. Like,
well, because so it turns out, I didn't find out until later, but I was backwards in the hot tub. So there's literally like little things for you to lay in. Didn't tell me this. She just pointed me where to go.
Oh my God.
So Claire was in the little seat. And so I'm essentially on the other side with all these bumps on my back and stuff. So I'm like trying to like float up. I'm like, how do I do this? And I'm like, how is she doing this? And so I'm
She's
trying
like
really hard
over there. Like
yeah. So then they come, they get like a little warm washcloth, they put it on our foreheads. And then they're like, we brought you some water. And it was like with a lime, because I think Claire asked for it, so she grabs it. And then the other one's like trying to hand it to me. I don't want this right now, but I'm not going to say no. So I'm like, okay. So I grab this thing. So now I'm trying to stabilize myself to stay afloat in this water while trying to hold this like wine glass of water. It's just miserable. Like I'm trying. It's not working, and I don't have anywhere. I don't have anywhere to put like this thing.
Jacuzzi in like 90-degree weather. You know what I mean?
That's so, but it was like lukewarm water, so it was just weird. It wasn't nice. It wasn't pleasant. I'd rather it be cold or hot, one way or the other. And then they bring fruit on skewers. So I'm like, whatever, fudge, I'll eat this. And I'm like,
hey, on brand.
Yeah. So I'm trying to eat it because I'm like sinking down here again, because the bottom of the thing where I'm at, the jacuzzi, is supposed to be where my feet's like declined. So if I just go to sit, I'm submerged. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm having to like plank somehow, and then I'm trying to eat this fruit. Worst part is the grapes. First bite, grapes, seeds. I'm like, what the? So then I'm like, so now I'm holding this fruit skewer, this wine glass,
where do I
seeds.
put these seeds now?
I'm like, what? And at this point, my washcloth has come off. The towel for my pillow has fallen in. I'm like, where do I put these seeds? They're gone, but I don't know where they are.
The least relaxed you've been all trip.
Yeah. And right before I'd eaten that fruit, Claire's like, you look so relaxed. Are you relaxed? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm trying so hard. Like, just be relaxed, be relaxed. This is relaxing. So then I'm like, throwing seeds.
Like,
I'm like,
nice.
I got nowhere to
relaxing.
Go. Well, then comes this part. Laying there trying to relax, whatever. Like I put my skewer over there. I just put the water. I was still holding the water because I couldn't do anything. But I was like, oh, just flow. And then starting to get splashed. What the heck? And one of the jets is starting to freak out and is projecting right onto my face. I can't make any of this up.
You're like,
so, but like it's like right here. So I'm like,
for your feet.
Yeah, so I'm like. And I'm like, I open my eyes. I'm like, what's going on here? And the water level is lowering. For some reason, there's like a leak or something. And at this point, it's now like half the water that it was. And we just hadn't been realizing. It's just been slowly losing. And so at first I was like, is this part of it? Is this supposed to happen? And then it got to a point where the water was below every jet. And I'm in Nam, bro. Like,
it's like spouting air. Like,
these are violent jets, and I'm talking. They're like, Claire's like trying to move. She moved, and the one hitting her side just goes, and I'm getting whacked in the face. And then there's one at my feet, which was supposed to be for my back. Little did I know, just coming right at my, like, I'm over here, like, I'm dip, dive, dodge. I'm like, this can't be. All right, I'm at this point. I'm like, okay, this can't be real. And so at this point, we now have to just like sit up on the edge of the jacuzzi. We have to sit up on the edge of the jacuzzi, and there's maybe like an inch of water left at this point. So mind you, I'm covered still in this weird goopy cream on the edge of this jacuzzi, being able to be seen by half the hotel in my man diaper, banana hammock, whatever. And these jets are they're just tripping. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they are. I need to pee. So I'm like, whatever. So I just walk in there until I find a bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I come back out. We're still just sitting there. Just like waiting. I'm like, I don't know where these people are.
How much time has passed? You're what, in an hour into this treatment?
Probably like 45 minutes. Like the jacuzzi itself, okay. We were probably like 25 minutes
2 hours left.
Yeah. So we're like, because I went into our room too, and they're nowhere. Like, where are these people? So then they just come out, don't address anything. Not the fact that we're literally sitting out here with no water in the tub.
Seeds.
Yeah, like seeds, water everywhere. They're just like, okay, now come on. They like put the towel around us. I'm like, a little late for that, but they walk us back in. They lay us back down, or they're like, you can use the bathroom. It's like too late. I already did. They lay us back down. Then I'm trying to think. There was I remember the part that came next. It gets weirder, man. So they lay us down, and then they go with this hot gel. So like, I can't even describe it. Like
almost like icy hot kind of stuff.
Except it never got cool. It was just hot. So they're rubbing everywhere with this now, and I'm like, this is weird. Like the heat's kind of like, that's kind of nice. But then I didn't realize they're going whole body here. They flip me whole body again. And then I'm like, okay, what's the point of this? I look over and Claire's a cocoon. I'm like, what the fudge is going on? And then as soon as I think that, they're wrapping me like a burrito. They got this like paper, and I'm a chili relleno right now, man. They are wrapping me in I don't know what in this paper, and I am disgusting. I'm hot and sticky, and like I didn't know I was gonna be stuck. So I'm stuck in this super awkward position with like my elbows flared out and stuff, and they wrap me so tightly. So now I'm stuck in this thing. I told you I don't like heat. I'm now stuck in this burrito with this, like they're trying to like gas me out or something. I don't know. And I'm
choke your ass out.
I'm stuck in here. I can't move. And the worst part too is my hands are barely just touching my thighs, which are all jelly. Oh, so unnatural, so disgusting. So then I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm really confused.
Is this real?
I was like, this is not a massage. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what I paid for.
And then they just leave after like putting a little thing on my face. So I can't even see. I can't move my hands.
And
so
then the giant monsters come and eat you guys because you guys are there.
Then we get probed by some aliens. So I have no idea what's happening. Time passes. They eventually come back. And I'm so uncomfortable at this point. They like, it's disgusting. They unwrap me. And honestly, I think I had a flashback to what it felt to come out of the womb, dude. It was disgusting. It was like those little face eaters coming out of the eggs, you know, like I'm all gooey. It looks like I'm a newborn. Like I'm all gooey, like covered in fluids. I'm coming out of this thing like a cocoon. I'm supposed to come out.
Claire comes out with like wings. And
I'm supposed to come out a beautiful butterfly, and I'm just like a moth or something, like an ugly moth. And I come out and they're like, okay, follow us now. And I'm still covered in this goop. And it's like this weird brown looking goop. And they bring us to the showers. They're like, okay, now you're going to take a cold shower and come back. And I was like, oh, that's weird. It can't be that bad, right? I'm talking, it was as cold as it gets.
And you've taken cold showers.
Yeah, I've taken cold showers. So for me, I was like, this is going to suck. But I was like, if it gets whatever the fudge this is off of me, I'm doing it. Like it must be this hot gooey thing, cold shower, whatever. I'm like, just get this off me. So I jump in, miserable. I'm sitting there in my little banana hammock, all sad, like sitting here. And Claire's over her in her shower, and she's like, I'm not doing it. She's like, I'm not good. So she just turns it all the way to hot, gets in there, and so I'm like, this is what they wanted us to do, so I gotta do it.
I gotta follow the rules.
Yeah, like I could do this. So I take the cold shower. She does not. We wipe it all off of us. Then we go back. And then we get to the massage. Finally, after 2 hours. So I'm like, I've been lied to. I would have just taken the massage package, which would have been a longer massage, instead of whatever this was.
Massage package.
Oh, well, actually, oh no, I forgot the other part. We don't get to the massage yet. It gets worse for me.
Oh no.
It gets worse for me. For Claire, I'm sure she's having the time of her life. And apparently she knew what we were getting into. I was like, what just happened? She was like, oh yeah. I was like, what was that? She was like, oh, that was the exfoliation. I was like, what? Oh, that was the blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? I was like, what the fudge? So what I didn't realize what was going to happen next, they lie us down. I'm like, okay, massage time. They start like massaging my scalp. I'm like, oof, yeah, all right.
Great start. That's a great start.
Great start. I'm like, I like where this is going. And then kind of like massaging my head. I'm like, that's a little weird, but whatever. Yeah, I was like, this is getting a little strange. And then she just starts doing, and this is when I was convinced, I'm like, this lady has no idea what she's doing. She stops and then just starts like going around my face in patterns, like signs in cornfields or something, like going around my face. I'm like, what is going on right now? It's like, this can't be, like, I can't see, but
you
I was
just
like,
gotta be there like this.
yeah, and I sit there still.
You know.
And then the thing too is like, she'll do that and then she'll just nothing for like a minute. The worst part too is she was chewing gum, and you know me with my misophonia or whatever. I'm sitting there. I'm supposed to be zen, and here I'm getting triggered by this lady. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then after every minute.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what is going on?
With like a finger? Like just...
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So then I get taken by surprise. She just takes my nose and like crinks it this way and then that way. I'm like, oh my, did she break my nose? And then turns out, without any warning, she just manhandles my nose and then takes a scraper. And I guess she's doing blackheads. I had no idea. So she takes this thing and like, she's digging for gold in my nose, dude. And I'm like, ah!
Your nose looks great, though.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no more blackheads for me. Taken by surprise. Couldn't breathe anymore. And so I guess she's going through my blackheads. I don't know. She's performing a ritual to prepare my nose. I don't know. So she does my blackheads. Like, that was uncomfortable, but okay. And then they go down and do like some of the feet stuff, which was fine. Like the little bit of scrub-a-dub or whatever.
I'm tough with feet. Like I have to get over the tickleness first, and then I'm like, even then.
So they go through this whole thing, and then eventually it gets to the massage. I'm like, okay, finally, whatever that stuff, it's gone. So she goes massage, goes through little critiques. Not hard at all. Not hard enough. I had like asked for like, I don't need like a shiatsu or whatever, but like give me some pressure. But instead, all she did was she would just take a hot stone and just like, and like I'm sure somebody likes that, but I'm over here like, get in there. Like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
And apparently this whole time Claire was over there fighting for her life. She was like, you should have had the person I was, because she's like sitting there like jumping off the rope, you know, like, yeah. I'm like, I would have traded you. And so we get through it all, and as massages go, it's probably the worst I ever had, but it was an experience. Claire really liked it, and that was our spa experience. So now I know next time I go to a spa, just a massage, please. That's all I need.
Yeah.
It was.
I was thinking like worst case scenario it was gonna be like they messed up like doing nails or something like that, like they cut you or something that, or like
this traumatized me.
But yeah, that's pretty awful. Like,
and I mean,
the worst part is like people seeing you in a banana hammock. Like the fact that other people can see me, like, this is ridiculous.
Well, I was like, okay, I'm kind of submerged and there's like some bubbles. Like, okay, I'm kind of safe. But then it got to the point where there's no more water. Yeah. I ain't hiding nothing. It's all out. You know, I'm airing everything out.
It is fucking hilarious that you did go into a jacuzzi with a towel on, and the lady was probably like,
and my sandals. But the lady was just like, put me in there, and then the other lady's like, what are you doing? Like, you still just. And so she's like rushing around. I'm supposed to be zen. They're like grabbing the things off my feet. I'm like, ah. It was the opposite of relaxing. And maybe if I knew what I was actually getting into, maybe like if I wasn't so blindsided, it would have been a little bit better.
What was your interpretation of your spa experience? Like, what were you gonna be doing in a spa?
I thought like, okay, you have the amenities, you know, like sit in the jacuzzi if you want a little bit, whatever. They'll call you. Cool, go in there. Little aroma stuff. Normally they're like, what smell of lotion or whatever do you want? They never asked, but whatever. They'd be like, oh, what smell do you want? Oh, do you want the yes, you want the mahogany? Very nice choice, yes.
I always imagine like me with like a towel on my head with like the, you know, and then like I have like a spa thing, and then I have like two people on each of my hands, you know, like.
Well, now and I was just expecting.
I've never had one.
Yeah, and I was just expecting, okay, and then I'll just lie there, massage. 3 hours. That's a long time, but I'm down. I guess I should have.
Was the cocoon the worst part?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That was just super uncomfortable. The fact that the jacuzzi could not have gone worse, because that's supposed to start you off zen, you know, get you relaxed, and it did the exact opposite. I'm stressed.
Probably the fact that Mr. Fruit's fruit salad was just out in the open probably was not.
Yeah. I'm anxious, man. It was. So that was the one experience we had. And you know what? We're like, yeah, we'll just stick to the beach.
You're like, I want to go home.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I miss my dogs.
I do. It was like day one already, and I was like, I miss them. So my mom sent me pictures.
Did they stay at the parents, or did you have?
Yeah, with my mom.
Okay. Would you ever think about doing a dog hotel for them, or no?
I think we could for Appa, but not Olive.
Oh, really? I was thinking the opposite.
Well, Appa can mingle, and he's a little more independent. Olive is very anxious. And when she's anxious, she can be aggressive.
And like mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even think they would let her. She would get like no community time, so she would just be stuck in a little pen the whole time. It'd be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
As long as I have,
probably be having the time of his life.
Yeah, as long as I have like family around, I prefer that. But yeah, so that was that, and then just vibed for a week. Came back.
No travel things. So getting there and coming back was easy.
Well, it never is.
See, I was like, oh, okay, well, at least like the travel went easy.
Especially on the way back, we landed at DIA on time, and somebody messed up, and the terminal, the gate we were supposed to park at was full, but so was everything else. We waited on the tarmac for an hour and a half. Just sitting on the tarmac.
Were you United?
Yep.
Don't put that on my dad, all right? He just fixes them, right? My dad just
that ain't his job, okay?
He just fixes the planes. Hey, you landed, all right?
You got there, didn't you? Okay.
You got home.
Yeah, so, just practically another flight spent on the tarmac.
And then it's just hot in there. You're just recycled air. Probably just had your mask on, too.
Yep. Can't take masks off.
Are they pretty strict on? Are they pretty good about masks on planes? Like, pretty.
Yeah, you gotta have it on. Yeah. It was actually pretty interesting though. When we were flying, I wasn't really paying attention. I was like super confused. And I looked up, and at the front of the plane, the lady was sitting at the right in front of first class with like the little cart they would bring with food and stuff, and she was just holding it against the wall, like sitting there and standing there. And I was like, what is she doing? And then I realized the captain came out of the bathroom and went into the cockpit, and then there was actually two flight attendants there, and they lock the thing against the wall, so they unlatched it and then put it back. But I guess that's new protocol for like any time the captain has to come out or anything. It's pretty interesting. Kind of sad too, but interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least so hour and a half, and then you were home. Like.
Yep, and then we got home. So, gotta see my poopers.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Well, we have a lot of Patreon questions, so if there's anything we missed, sorry.
Savage.
Let me pull up the questions here. We have a question from Flaming Taco Fury. It says, what's your favorite monster / ghost story / mythological creature? Okay, a lot to unpackage there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, okay, so just favorite monster, mythological creature. I always thought the Hydra was a cool monster. Like, it just, every time you cut its head off, just another one comes.
I'm super basic, but I guess dragon. I like me dragon. It's so interesting.
Westlo? Oh.
Was just so interesting to think.
Dragons are tight.
Yeah, at one point, like, who made that up and for why?
I mean, there were dragons.
Well, not the dragons, like the mythical dragons.
What do you think the knights were fighting, bro?
You're right. My bad.
Come on.
What do you think King Arthur was doing, bro?
Yeah, like, what do you think the Knights of the Round Table were doing? Like, they were just, fighting each other?
Nice.
Classy asks, were you forced to read any books for school, annotations, and schoolwork alongside it that caused you to not like that book, but then later in life you read the book again to your own enjoyment and actually ended up liking it? I'm still a senior in high school and just read 1984 on my own for fear of school ruining it for me. I also did it for Fahrenheit 45-1 as well. Both good reads if you want dystopian stories. I only know 1984 because if you were in English honors in our high school, they did this thing where, like, you had to pretend like you were in 1984, like you couldn't laugh or anything like that. But I think they quickly, like, stopped doing that because people who weren't, like, in the 1984 thing would be like,
they're essentially assaulting every single 1984 person.
And they're like, you're an English honors nerd. Like, and then try to make them laugh and shit because they can't do anything like that. And they got, like, graded. I don't know if you were in it. Like,
I was, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What was the premises of that project?
Couldn't tell you. I was like, am I really doing this right now? It was just like to see what it would be like and to immerse yourself, blah blah blah. I don't know. I'll tell you, every book I read in school that way ruined it.
Did you pass?
Yeah. And then I went to
X or whatever.
Well, then I went to the AP ones after that, and they weren't as weird. We just read books. That's all we need to do.
Just read books.
Let's just keep this simple. I think the only one I had to do for school but enjoyed anyway, I didn't revisit it, but I enjoyed anyway, was the Truman Capote book, In Cold Blood, I believe. That was really interesting.
That was a good book.
Yeah.
I liked we did Into the Wild, I think my sophomore year for English honors, and I didn't like the work that went attached to it, but I shared a book with my homie Caleb, because like we're ballers on a budget, you gotta cut corners in some places, and we would leave like little notes on pages of like what we did that day. So like when I power cleaned like a 45 and a 25, which at that point we called Iron Man because it was like a red plate and a yellow plate. I drew a little stick figure, me power cleaning, and then like the dude spotted me going, "Oh shit!" And me and Caleb like still talk about that book all the time because we didn't really do anything or learn anything, and we would like give that book to Miss Peterson because she like would grade us highlighting stuff and whatnot.
She's like, a very interesting take on this page.
Yeah, she's like, you guys share a book. Like, I'm not going to give you guys points. But sorry.
All right. Yeah, fair.
What about you, Blues? You like reading in school? Or like that you went back
I
to?
did like reading. I think one of my favorites was The Pearl. I don't know if anyone watched The Pearl or read The Pearl. Watched The Pearl. I don't know if anyone read The Pearl. That book was brutal. But that was like the first book I was like, yo, this is tight. And then yeah, I mean, all the rest of the books are just kind of like really boring to me. I don't know how to describe it.
Reacher asks, good headphone recommendations. I have quite crappy ones at the moment. Headphones. I mean, I enjoy my Astros for what they are. Like,
not sponsored, but Sennheisers. They're so nice. Specifically, I mean, I've used them since like the start of YouTube.
Yeah.
The HD 599 SE. Because I have a delicate head, and they're good to hear, good to listen, and they're not heavy at all. No matter how long you wear them, your head never gets tired or like sore.
What about you, Blue? Headphone recommendations.
But if you want earphone recommendations, Raycon. Love Raycon.
I actually use those during Peloton.
I don't know. I'm a pretty hardcore Sennheiser stan, so like it's pretty hard to recommend anything against. Like I pretty much all my headphones are always Sennheiser purchases. I love Sennheiser, specifically their audiophile headphones are so good. What do I have right now? I have, what are these called? They're the ones Fruit has.
The 599 SE. Because there's also like the 595 or something. This is like the newer model to the one I had before.
Yeah. I have the 599.
Bug.
You have the 599 SE. Excuse me.
Yeah, please. I paid a lot for those two letters. Okay.
Yeah. Maltarb asks from Fun Employed episode 1. Yeah, Maltarb. From Fun Employed episode 1. What do we have to do to watch Arios' interview everyone for the proctologist job? Also, how much work do those videos take compared to typical videos?
Oh, I mean, his interview's been lost to the vaults of storage.
I don't even remember. Like,
it was just he just got so vulgar, and it was just like, oh my god, there's no way I can get monetized.
I don't even remember.
Or like I would have to blur literally like every other word. So I was like, screw it, we're just skipping it. It'll be better, just the meme, the round that never was. As far as work, as with any video with the boys, it's getting everyone together. That's the most work.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We're trying tonight though.
Hey.
Dredgy asks, I've been playing a bunch of roguelikes lately. Entered the Gungeon and Risk of Rain in particular. I know Fruit had a pretty big roguelike phase. What are some of your guys' favorite roguelikes?
Phase? Man, it's a lifestyle. What you talking about?
I like Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is probably one of my favorites. I don't know if that's roguelite or roguelike.
It is. Roguelite. Roguelike would mean that every run you do, you don't get anything. But with like Slay the Spire, you get more relics to be added or cards you unlock, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't play.
I've never been like into roguelites or that crazy into them. One of my friends gave me this whole long, detailed explanation onto why they love roguelites, and I was just like, I don't know, man. Just not. I guess if there was one I enjoy the most, it would probably be Risk of Rain 2.
I was about to say that would probably be the one I enjoy the most.
Risk of Rain 2
as well.
is probably my favorite. Yeah, Risk of Rain 2. I really like Risk of Rain 2.
I don't know if I could pick a favorite, but I played almost all of them. Moonlight is probably up there.
Riles asks, in your opinion, what scenes in anime got you the most hype? For me, it's either Erwin's speech. I don't want to finish that for spoilers, just in case. And when Naruto did something. I don't want.
When Naruto fought Pain, dude, when he comes back.
Okay, I don't know if that's a spoiler.
I mean, it's one of like the first arcs. But if you don't know about Pain, you will know Pain. Freaking comes back from his sage training, lands on the frog toads.
What's up, bitch?
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh shoot!" And like almost everyone's dead, and they're like, "Naruto." He's like, "Yeah, I'm finna mess him up." That I still love that one, or like any of the Z arcs. Freaking Cell versus Gohan. Goku versus Frieza, Vegeta versus Majin, freaking.
I got all my favorite ones tattooed on me, so
that's true.
Those are going too. Yeah, Demon Slayer's got some good ones.
There's so many, so I'll just do the most recent one that made me like actually pog the F out. And if you don't want Dragon Ball Super spoilers, then don't listen to this next 30 seconds. But Tournament of Power, when it's at the very end of the tournament and Goku and Frieza team up to fight Jiren.
That was sick.
I
was pogged.
Dude.
Pogged the fuck out.
Speaking of which, freaking I literally unsubscribed from the dude. No, I unsubscribed from the dude, and it still shows up on my recommended, and I got a huge thing ruined. It's just straight in the title and the thumbnail. Like I couldn't even miss it. Freaking.
I think I got it ruined too by somebody. If I think we know what we're talking about,
probably.
But I don't care about Z spoilers that much. As like
it's super spoilers. But yes, yeah, there is a new Dragon Ball movie, so that's exciting.
Yeah, is it gonna call like superhero movie or something?
Superhero. Yeah. But that reminds me, Blue. Did you see that tweet I sent you?
I did see it
with the cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. Dude, Dragon Ball's tight, man. I need more.
I just want more. Yeah.
Now
that I've had all of it ruined, anyway.
Moonpie asks, what was the most disappointing game you guys ever played? Parentheses that you played all the way through. 2 for Blue. Final Fantasy 14 has been sticking pretty well for me right now. I have been playing it over the New World closed beta. My question is, however, when should I start worrying about Materia? By the way, so far level 33 Marauder. Let's go. Most disappointing game I ever played. I mean, this is gonna be a hot one. But Halo Reach, the campaign was fun, but like just the game overall was extremely disappointing.
Most disappointing game I played all the way through. I don't know. Most of the time, I wouldn't make it all the way through.
Halo 4 Guardians was pretty bad too, all the way through.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think if there's like something worse. I feel like there's something worse.
76.
I didn't play that all the way through. I made like 2 hours into that. Man. Okay, I can't. There's too many things, so I'll just say Halo 4 for now. Multiplayer, I really didn't hate that much.
The campaign was terrible, but and that's what the whole thing was for. Like, was that
Halo 4 and Halo 5's campaign? I wasn't. Especially, I'd probably say Halo 5 even more. What a debate! They're like, dude, it's like Chief versus this is
I
whole
thought that was Halo
storyline.
4.
No, that was Halo 5.
Oh no, never mind. Halo 5.
Yeah.
Actually, Halo 5. That would be my.
Halo 5 was worse than 4.
Agreed.
And then they like have like a 1 minute interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like,
it turns, it's like they actually they're not even fighting. It's like, oh my God. That was so bad.
Team Chief.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Blue, your question was, when should I start worrying about Materia?
You don't need to worry about Materia till end game. Like when you're doing like EX trials and stuff. Not even EX trials. When you're doing like savages, then you can start worrying. Yeah, and if you ever have any Materia concerns, like just go to like the balance Discord or like Salted XIV, and they'll give you like basic rundowns on Materias. 99, okay, not 99, like 90% of the time, like you're gonna be melding like crit and direct hit or like determination. So like if you can't, like if you're like doing like leveling gear, like if you just have a shit ton of Materia running around, just throw a bunch of plus 60 crits and direct hits. And if you can't fit crit or direct hit, then it's determination. So, or if you're like a caster, I don't think Red Mage or Summoner do any spell speed. I think the only healers and Black Mage do spell speed, but that's it. But that's more like for coziness. But yeah, don't worry. Materia melding seems very daunting, but it's pretty simple. Especially when you're BIS, they have entire whole gear setups for you. So don't stress about it right now, unless you're doing like savages or like just really grinding EX trials, and you don't have to worry about
it. Papa Dadams asks, what would your ideal Star Wars game be like? Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 is my answer to that. Whatever the sequel is to that.
OG Battlefront 2.
But dude, have you played the Battlefront recently? It's sick. Like,
yeah, it's sick. I just don't think it'll ever compare to what Battlefront 2 was to me as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Halo 3 kind of thing, you know?
Ideal Star Wars game, Blue.
Honestly,
better movies.
I just want KOTOR 2, bro. That's my ideal Star Wars game.
Did you play Knights of the Old Republic a lot?
Back in the day, I was a Knights of the Republic fiend.
I never tried it. It was always like too daunting for me as a kid to try. Ricardio the Heart asks, what is the most memorable thing that you guys have bought from a yard sale? I don't think I've ever bought anything from a yard sale.
I don't think either. I'm gonna be honest. We've had a yard sale.
Yeah, I was like, I've sold stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever bought from a yard sale. I'm being 100 with you, Chief.
I never just had like cash on me to like go to like a yard sale. But now that Venmo's a thing, you know, or like that kind of stuff. Have you ever bought anything at a yard sale, Blue?
I honestly don't remember anything I bought from a yard sale that made me like, whoa, so cool.
Yeah, me either. Tally asks, are there any plans to bring TTT content back, or has the views just not been there anymore? Frowny face.
Well, that goes for everything, Sag. But yeah, we'll get more TTT.
It's just hard to like get everybody.
We're never knocking it. Like yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like,
just
we're never just like no. Like we'll play anything that Christian wants to. Like
we'll play more TTT.
There's gonna be this new fun intruder game that we're gonna play. That I think is gonna be a ton of fun. That I think is almost better than TTT. But we need to figure out in-game mics. So
that's a big. Big
yeah. Big come on comparison. That's a big leap.
I was gonna say accusation, isn't it? Statement is it, but not the word I was thinking of. So, but that's a big
estimate.
It's very ambitious, I guess. Like it's yeah, whatever.
Johnny Krumer asks, "What book had the most significant impact on your life?"
The Bible, because one way or another.
I don't know. I never read the Bible. I guess the only book I ever really read for fun that I like, fucking Fruit Fly, fuck you. Oh,
I was gonna say, what? You need me over there? I'm coming.
I hate fruit flies, man. They're like, you just come in butterfly knife all these fruit
He's
flies.
Like, oh shoot.
You've been practicing.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know. The only book I've ever read for fun is The City of Ember, and it was like a good book from what I remember. So that, I guess, as a good book. Like a book has never been like, wow, like I'm gonna live my life differently now. Because chances are I have to read it all the way through to make that judgment. What do you think, Blue?
Wait, hold up.
What's the book that's had the most impact on your life?
Probably The Pearl.
Damn. I gotta look up what The Pearl is.
It taught me about how oppression against minorities, even minorities, continue to get something that they wholly earn themselves, is ingrained in our society by the oppressors who continue to this day, push minorities into places of being to the point where they cannot hold on to the wealth that they have accrued on their own, which is a pretty good observation of how capitalism works in our society.
That's profound.
Please Bennett asks, you each need to make an MMORPG game, choosing one trait from each of yourselves to spec into. Which traits do you choose? Oh, I'm like a smoke class. I use smoke to get in and out of places. Yeah.
Or instead of a smoke bomb.
Yeah. It's like the dude from the My Hero episode. I don't know if you've been keeping up.
But I have not. Like... No, I need to.
Okay.
Freaking
super small minor character. Doesn't really matter.
Depression. I use it. I can project it so that others may feel as sad as I can. I'm a super villain.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm a super villain. I was like, what good does that do?
I'll be like, oh, you think it's so good? No, I got all those people who think like, dude, that's not real. Like, just get happy. I'll be like, oh yeah.
You're like the Dexter of depression. You're like, you find people that deserve it.
I don't even know if I would do that to them though. I wish it upon nobody. That's why I'd be a super villain.
What about you, Blue?
I'd have no morals.
If you could make an MMORPG game of a character of yourself. Of yourself. What spec would you evolve into? What spec would you like of yourself? What would you spec into? Like,
that's hard. Holy crap! What skill would I spec into? I don't know. I guess I've always liked being a tanky boy, so I'd probably spec into stuff like HP. Yeah, I don't know. Like, like tenacity. I want to be pretty bulky. I like doing big dips, so I don't know. That's hard. I would say a little more tank oriented spec.
Oko asks, have you heard of the Steam game Muck? Pause for the inevitable joke. Okay.
Oh.
It's a free game that is crossed between Risk of Rain and Minecraft / Valheim that supports up to 8 players. No, I haven't heard of it at all.
I've heard about it a lot because of the jokes.
because of the jokes. Lil Crispy asks, Rob, have you seen Blue and Fruit's interpretation of you in their Soul Link Nuzlocke? Yeah, I have. Also, would be cool if you did a Nuzlocke as well with Fruit or Dream Team like. Yeah, like I'd do a Soul Lock or whatever. That seems fun. I'm not really into Pokemans. Like my Pokemon knowledge is pretty low. So I would like to do like if I ended up actually doing a Nuzlocke or a Soul Link with Christian, I would probably want to do it like in a Pokemon that I don't really know because I think it'd be kind of funny. Like Pokemon like Black or White, so I could learn Pokemon and
I don't know if
spread
we
my
would.
knowledge.
I don't know if we would beat it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
You don't think we could beat a Soul Lock?
Blue and I are struggling.
Like a three-way Soul Link, right?
No,
three-way. Oh my god.
Oh, a three-way if we did that, and if I did one with Fruit, like.
Oh, you guys wouldn't finish, no.
What? I take that as a challenge. If we did a hard gold one, easy.
You underestimate me and Fruit.
I'm a hard gold.
Me and Fruit are seasoned Pokemon players, and we are absolutely.
All it takes is one bite, one Dragon Rage, one crit, or one Smooth Brain. In this case, 2, and you never know.
We're seasoned, bro. Fruit's a seasoned Nuzlocker, and we're having a hard time.
Big sad.
Blue, how do I say it? Halcyonic or Halcyonic. GG over Easy Legend. Fruit and Blue, which Pokemon move haunts your dreams more? Bite or Dragon's Breath?
Dude,
Dragon's Breath.
Okay, see, Dragon Rage, because that thing will legitimately come out of nowhere.
Why is that like the worst? Why is Bite bad?
Bite has just like come out of nowhere.
Been the bane of our
also.
Existence. Yeah. It's killed
Pokemon
the second most mods.
Yeah. Yep.
It's terrible.
We just had Pokemon weak to Bite, and it's like.
Yeah, I mean,
poor little Splink.
Out of left field.
Poor guy.
Annabelle.
Do what?
Who else got murdered by Bite?
I mean, Spoink. Freaking. There's 1 or 2 others. And then there's also been several scares from Bite where like fight for life. But I know for a fact someone else fainted because of Bite.
Oh, Dusknoir. Yeah. A couple of Dusknoir Bite scares. Tyranitar. That would have been scary. And then Pursuit has also been a bane. Bullshit ass Pursuit. Okay, so the reason Dragon Rage, by the way, is bad is because Dragon Rage does flat 40 HP. No matter what. You're typing, nothing matters. It will always do flat 40 HP. And early on in the game, probably not till like level 20-ish, do your Pokemon start getting past 40 HP. Or
the problem is no one can take 2 Dragon Rages.
Yep.
So then you're just constantly switching. And at some point, it's like I gotta bite the bullet.
Yeah, it's not till you start hitting like the level 25s, the Dragon Rage start being like, I can prepare for this. But otherwise, it's like, oh, your level 21 Skarmory who has 60 HP is now in Dragon Rage kill range. That'd be a shame if the Stratini used Twister 6 times, and now that your Skarmory is at 38 HP, I hit a Dragon Rage randomly.
Annabelle the Dark asks, since I'm in EU and have to wait so long to get my Fruit merch, tell me, any plans for some more Dream Team merch? I don't know. There'll be like some hints and stuff. I don't know. Some stuff working on. What about you? Are you releasing a new thing, Christian, or no?
I mean, we're just waiting for this one to finish and see where we go from here. Yeah. But
what about you, Blue? Any merch?
Probably no more Destiny merch. Tell you that.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm so mad that.
Yeah, God, that
shirt
sad.
that I made, that thing was hot. Still mad.
Like our logos or something. Figure it out.
I mean, Fruit kind of already has done Dream Team merch. He did the Amogus thing.
Well, I think probably the most prominent one was the pixel art one. Yeah, that one was tight. That one's about as like Dream Team as you can get.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I haven't worked on merch in a while because COVID happened, and I just.
True.
You know.
Sharkboy97 asks, what are some games you would love to see a prequel/sequel made for? Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
I feel like we've had this question several times. When you start filtering, like ones we've answered.
Okay, I'm gonna start filtering then.
I can help too.
I would love a Last of Us 2 because they never made a sequel to The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's weird. They should have, shouldn't they?
They really should have, yeah. Maybe we'll get it one day.
Sequel of Battleborn, where it lives.
Mr. What the F with Rob, would you ever consider doing a Nuzlocke with either Fruit or Blue? Yeah, I mean, we just had this before. Yeah, for sure. A 3-way Nuzlocke. I don't know how that works.
It would be hell to figure out, but we could do it. There's been some 3-way Nuzlocks.
That's hot.
Crystal asks, you sit down at an IHOP, Denny's, and breakfast restaurant. What are you ordering?
The cum salad.
The Grand Slam. I think that's what it's called, or something like that. It's like 2 eggs, bacon, sausage, like hash browns, just like the works.
I don't know specifically, but like a go-to breakfast would be scrambled eggs with cheese mixed with hash browns, Cholula, and sausage.
Cholula, man of culture.
Like you order all those things, but then you just
So specifically Denny's, right? Or IHOP?
Yeah, IHOP, Denny's, like whatever kind of
Village.
Okay, real quick. Mom, I hope you're not watching this. So there's one night I tripped balls to acid. Holy crap. And I was just fucking ripped, dude. I was ripped from it. I was tripping balls. And then
you did what?
So then I didn't. My trips are a little nicer than Rob's. So after the fact that I'm on the come down now, and when you're on the come down, you don't want to eat anything. But for some reason, we were all just fucking starving. I was just like, God, like, I need like orange juice. I need some acidic things. So I had been at this school. I had been to college for 2 years, and there was an IHOP that we never saw, just hidden behind this building. And I was like, "What the fuck? This has been here this whole time?" Because we started driving around because we were hungry. And let me tell you, I had never ordered. What's IHOP special? The Grand Slam or something?
I think that's what it's. Yeah, it's like Grand Slam or something like that. It's fire.
That was possibly the greatest breakfast I've ever had in my entire life.
It's different.
It was so good. The sausage and two over easy eggs with the hash browns, and then I got extra pancakes, and they had this blueberry syrup that hit right in my coochie. Oh my god! And then I just downed like 2 things of orange juice, and it was dope. It was great.
The mythical.
Then I tripped ball, and then I had a second wind on the airplane. And I tripped balls.
The mythical T asks, "What is a meme you hate seeing because you think it's stupid, not funny, or don't understand it?"
I hate the sheesh thing, dude. I hate sheesh. It's so stupid.
I don't know.
Like I've seen some normie memes, but like that's on a different level. It's like everywhere. I hate it. Hate that meme. It's the worst.
I'd have to look them up. I can't think of them because I don't let them take up space in my brain. But there's a couple.
I don't know. Whatever Dork is kind of memeing about, I don't really understand Dork's memes. Muck spelled backwards, I hate that.
That's just hilarious.
It's not.
Hey.
I always tell I never get Bless's video where I'm never gonna wipe my butt video.
I'm never ever gonna wipe my butt.
Let me say some of Bless's memes are like a little too meta for me.
Yeah.
Like a little
I would
over
say that one as well.
Not even over my head. I just think like nobody like Bless makes his own memes that only he laughs at.
And you guys can say like, "Oh my god, Rob's being really." I said that to Bless's face when he was here. He was literally like, I was like, "Yeah," because then I raid you and then I just leave. He goes, "You just leave?" I go, "Yeah, you played that wipe your butt video," and I was like, I think it's. I was like, I don't like it. And he goes, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're my friend. I'm gonna tell you that." Arnav asks, any suggestions for moving into a dorm? Leaving in a little over a month and was wondering if there's any needs of important stuff if I should know to bring.
Yeah, don't leave your weed out in the open.
I mean, mini fridge is like a must, I think.
Oh, mini fridge is so important.
Mini fridge is an absolute
Some
must.
Febreze.
Yeah.
Deodorant.
Like if you have like a shared like my floor had shared showers. So you would share the
Sandals.
showers at like with the so sandals was a must. Like
Do not go in there barefooted.
Yeah, like sandals is a must. It sucks, but like you will get used to it.
Also, if you are gonna cush it up, become friends with dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is not oil based, and you could spray it, and it'll get rid of the smell of your weed. Not that I know what that would do, like whatever, but like the point is, right? Like if you were just like, oh my god, they're gonna inspect me, and it smells like weed, dry shampoo, and then just like spray over with some Febreze, and boom, the
you have a lot
smell
of
is gone.
dry shampoo, yeah,
No, I don't. That's Febreze.
It's like little snacks too is important. Like just little things you don't want to have to walk on over to like wherever like the food is. Like, because I mean, at least Durrell was close to where I was.
Oh yeah, make sure you have snackies, and I also recommend little microwave. You know, you underestimate how important a microwave is.
True.
When you're in your dorm, but like having a nice little microwave on top of like your mini fridge or something, and you're just like I threw that thing in the fridge. I threw some of my food from earlier in the mini fridge. Boom, microwave it. You got a nice warm meal.
You gotta stay on top of the mini fridge though. That shit can turn moldy on you quick.
Oh yeah, please make sure you don't leave stuff in the mini fridge. Like take stuff in and out.
Yeah, you gotta be smart about the mini fridge. Ezra asks, question for the podcast. This is a question for all of you guys. For any genre of music, what is your guys' favorite guitar solos? I'm not gonna lie, my new favorite guitar solo is one in the Highway song by System of a Down. It smacks. Loving the content and can't wait for Fruit Summit 2 Electric Bungalow. My favorite guitar solo. I don't know. It's gonna sound like a super normie answer, but Stairway to Heaven, I guess.
Fuck you, dude. Damn it! We're fucking normies. Damn it! That guitar solo slaps.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's so hot. It's such a hot solo. Okay, if it's not Stairway to Heaven, it's the guitar solo in Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. Very short guitar solo, but very good.
Let me be honest, Chief. I can't think of any.
Yeah, because
I also like Eruption too, but that's kind of normally answered as well.
Blue. Don't say anything unless you say something.
Jazz
oh my god, no! It's just I don't like. They're like almost there in my head, but
you could do like the solo from All Star, the bow 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 bow. That part.
Know. That's my favorite.
The counselor asks, in 10 years, what do you think will be your biggest accomplishment and your biggest struggle?
My biggest accomplishment will be probably nothing. My biggest struggle will be I don't know. I'm in the thick of the struggle right now, buddy.
Hopefully,
I'll let you know how much worse it gets in 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know. That freaks me. Thinking that far in the future freaks me out. I don't know. So, biggest accomplishment? I don't know. I hope to have like a home loan and be in Omega debt, I guess. And my biggest struggle will be paying that. So, that, I guess.
Biggest
accomplishment.
In 10 years,
my biggest struggle will be my debt. Yep, I'll still be in debt.
Biggest accomplishment will be biggest new social media creator, obviously, whatever that is. TikTok move out the way. Yeah, we're taking over whatever the next one is. Biggest struggle will still be mental health.
And then the last question from Slippery Fists: if if my socks could get pregnant, how much child support would you be paying? or would you be asking for a DNA test and making sure that the sock baby is yours?
Oh my god.
Okay, first of all,
is this a joke about people busting in their socks?
Yeah, that's what this is. I had never done that.
Yeah, same.
I never busted into a sock. You know, I just pop it on the belly and just kind of, you know.
I think it's so sad how it's that Omni-Man meme where it's like sock, circumcised dick, and then they're the two jets, and then you have Omni-Man is foreskin, and it's just like look at what they need to mimic a fraction of our strength.
Yeah. That's funny. I like that. Might be a meme too. Like I like some of those and some of them I don't, because then it's like it's just like the plane's going and then he turns to the sun and just ooh, it's just like the O's only.
Just good.
Is that your answer? You just shaking your head?
I have no sock children. I can tell you that.
I don't have any sock children as well. I never understood that. All right, and that'll do it for the podcast.
Hey, yeah, what a way to end that one on. All right, that's GG Over Easy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, your support, for listening, whatever you might do, however you consume this podcast. We appreciate you. Thanks for sticking with us. We love you all. We'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.
Peace.